Welcome to the stream from a slightly different camera angle. I hope you are having a lovely Tuesday evening. Also, happy KiwiRPG week! We finally made it! My goodness. Incredible all around. You might be wondering, what's the deal with the different setup? And I've got something pretty interesting, I think, planned for. Thank you. Planned for our finale for the solo RPGs that we've been running for like the last 2 months. Which has meant that I needed slightly more space. So I have swiveled all of my camera gear around this way to allow for a different camera angle for some interesting gameplay. Thank you for the top compliment. This is actually, it used to be the top of a dress and then I turned it into a crop top. I very much like it. And you might see more of it because I'm going to have to be getting up from the desk a little bit for this one. We have one more story to go. This is our final solo RPG in the lead up to KiwiRPG week. We might do... Ruby has legs confirmed. We might be doing some more of these in the future because I've really enjoyed doing them, but as you may have just spotted in the camera, we are going to be playing a game that involves this bad boy right behind me. A clearly extremely stable Jenga setup. Today... These legs are mine. No, today we are going to be playing a game called Strumpor. I believe that's how it's pronounced, or Strumpor, perhaps? This bodes very well. Which is a game that I read through when I was looking through all of the solo RPGs that I came across and was like, I would love for this to be the finale, because it seems ridiculous. Nobody's going to open that door because that's the door to the bathroom and I know nobody's in there, so we're good. We're golden. I'm even sitting in a different chair so that I don't accidentally scoot myself backwards into the Jenga tower. But this game is called Strumpor, and basically the premise of it is we are playing as a sock. This is a solo RPG where you are playing as a lonely sock that is desperately searching for your sock soulmate, and whether or not you manage to make it will depend on what cards you pull from the deck, what blocks you pull from the tower, and how long you can last for, basically. I am very excited. Specifically, I will let you know, character-wise, we're going to be playing as this specific sock, because I'm a fan of interesting socks. This one is my legitimate odd sock that I have in my collection. There's a wonderful sock service, I guess, out there called Awesome Socks. It's by the Vlogbrothers as well, same people that I have the cards from, where you can sign up to get great socks with cool designs by different independent artists, and then the profits from that go towards helping reduce, I believe the term for it is childbirth mortality in Sierra Leone. They do a lot of really great work over there, but this one in particular is the only odd sock that I have at the moment. Its pair is probably somewhere in my bedroom, unclear, but it's wonderful. It has a bunch of little breakfast items on it, so it has like a coffee mug and some toast and some juice and some butter. It's a wonderful sock, and it's very comfy, but it doesn't have a pair. And so we are going to be playing our adventure to find whether or not it's the matching pair or whether it's a soulmate of a more spiritual kind. We're about to find out. We are also going to be playing the quick version of this game, air quotes quick, because hopefully, if we don't die before then, we're going to go and raid over on the KiwiRPG channel and go and give them some lovely support tonight as they are jumping into the game of the Sprawl, which is like a cyberpunky kind of espionage and cybercrime sort of vibe. So we're doing wholesome stuff here, and then I'm going to send you all over that way. But they don't start until 9 o'clock, so we got to try and hold out at least until 9 o'clock. It's only half breakfast. We're missing second breakfast. Exactly. We're on a mission to find our second breakfast. Yes. Please do. Please do. Because I'm hoping they've allowed raids. If they haven't, I will put the link in the chat, and I will trust you all to go and hang out with them in good faith. But enough just talking about it. Let's get into actually playing the ding dang game. So, this is Strumpor. I'm sorry that I can't zoom into this any better because just the framing of the way that these work. But this is the rule setup. Again, this is one of the many games that you can get either for free or pay what you want on DriveThruRPG, created by Jason Wahlberg for, I believe, just for a one-page RPG game jam, essentially. But, what the fuck? A great way to start off any rulebook. You are playing a sock. A lonely sock, desperately searching for your mate to make a pair. This is a solo, GM-less journaling game in which you will document your attempts to find your mate. You will most likely fail, but success isn't impossible. And by nature of us playing the faster version, it may even be slightly more likely. During the game, you will roll dice, draw cards from the deck, and read their associated events, pull blocks from the Jenga tower, place or remove tokens from cards, and write about your experiences in character. Death and loneliness are the most likely outcomes of this game. If the Jenga tower falls, you are doomed to be alone forever. That would suck. If you draw all 4 kings, you fail. The last king you draw will tell you how. There are some ridiculous scenarios in this for a game about socks, and I love it. If you win, or to win, you must draw the Ace of Hearts and complete the task that it specifies by removing tokens from it over subsequent days. For a shorter, easier game, place the Ace of Hearts on the top of the deck after you've shuffled it, so it's the first card you'll draw. That is what we're going to be doing. And you will probably understand why when we get to the actual way that these cards work. How do you play? To play, you will need a standard deck of cards with the jokers removed. We've got that right here. You're going to need a 6-sided die. This is also the game that I discovered in my setting up for this that has the most equipment involved. So many different aspects to this gameplay. But we only really need one 6-sided die, but I have a variety of 6-sided die just in case we need to change things up. In case any of these dice are not treating us well. Hey, Block of Teeth, welcome back! I was just getting into the explanations of the game that we're going to be playing today. So, you need the standard set of cards. You need 6-sided dice. You're going to need 10 tokens, which rather than doing that in person, I'll just include that on the journal as well, as we put in each of our entries. And something to write in, a notebook or similar. We've got our wonderful publisher page up there. Setting up your tumbling block tower or replacement. If you don't have a Jenga branded tower, there are other options out there. Roll 1d6 and pull that many blocks from the tower. This represents the perils common to the normal life of a sock. So true. So true. So many perils in the life of a regular sock. Oh, I wish I could make their days better. Shuffle the deck of cards and place it within reach. Record your first general entry using the following script or by writing your own similar entry. Okay. I'm gonna have to take my headphones off to go and pull things from the lovely tower behind us, but we need to pull out our first 6 blocks. We are a sock. We are playing as an odd sock, and I'm very excited about it. So enjoy the vibes while I try and not knock the tower over while we're just establishing the game. That would be pretty on brand, but also, slightly anticlimactic. Alrighty, here we go. So, I do have, hopefully you can't really see my face from this angle, but you can see the main thing that matters, which is the Jenga tower. And hopefully this will be enough of an angle on it that I'll be able to pull from both sides of things. I can't get around the back of it, so there's that. But I think we should be fine. Now, I know that we have to get through a decent amount of time in the story of this game. We have to get through a certain number of days to, like, have made it out the other side and to find our sockmate, so to speak. Which means that I need to give myself enough options in this Jenga tower to be able to make it that long, which I think means that we can't start going for the middle blocks straight away. And I'm gonna try and play by, I don't know if this is house rules or if this is actual rules of Jenga, but I'm gonna try and play by the logic of, like, don't touch the first 3 rows of towers. Anything underneath that, you're good to go. Alright, so let's see how this goes. This is also an extremely wobbly setup, but you know, we're already playing the easy version, so why not add a little bit of hard mode to it? Okay. What we got? Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, none of these feel great. Whoop. Oh, there we go, we got one. Okay. 1. To get rid of 6. Oh my god, okay. So that's 1. I also have not looked up, you know, proper Jenga strategy, which is probably a thing I should have done, but that's okay. You should be able to raid KiwiRPG, allows by default. Yay! Amazing. Cool. It's 2. We've got 2. God. Okay. We may be forced to take some middle ones that actually are feasible. Yeah, alright, let's take that one. 1, 2, 3. 6 is so many to start with. Oh god. God. Okay. Not that one. 2, 3. Anybody up here? Ooh, no. But maybe. But that's just a thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay, we'll take this middle one. 5. Okay, alright. 5, we just need 1 more. We need 1 more. Ooh. Okay. That one is quite easy though. Are any of these gonna be better? Oh yeah, right at the bottom. Nice. Okay, 6. Okay, we did it. We got to 6. It's not looking too unstable, but there are a lot of parts of it that are very tight that may cause issues down the road. But here we go. This is where we're sitting at 6. Hold on, let me I probably should have done that before. This is where we're sitting at 6. There's a few, I think there's 1 that I had to take out of the back, and then there's a few that are like middle pieces. But so far we're doing okay. And then, now we've got that set up, issues down the road, future trauma revelations. Yeah, basically. Okay. And now we've got that all set up. We've got our cards, which I will reshuffle just for legitimacy. So you know that we've got them nicely shuffled on camera. And then because we are doing the easier, faster version, we're gonna put the Ace of Hearts right on top. Okay. I really hope Willie doesn't have an earthquake tonight. That's a very fair point. That's a very good point. Honestly, that could happen anywhere. Yeah, our country can be like that sometimes, you know. That's fine. That's fine. But that's what these games of chance are all about. You roll with it. Honestly, the fact that that's not a solid surface might be better in an earthquake, because that might just jiggle a bit, which means that maybe the tower won't topple, but we'll see. Okay, done that. Then we record our first journal entry. And I believe, yeah, we're just gonna write down our first entry. Okay, so our first entry, let's just go day 1. Because I know exactly what kind of sock we're playing as. We are playing as this sock. Goes to, like, just above, no, it's like a decent way above your ankle. They're very cozy, they're very comfortable. I do love wearing them. Alright, day 1. Are we heading off? I guess we are on a journey, right? Okay, so it's not specifically, like, we don't have to specifically be traveling anywhere. This is, like, this is just the feeling of us going and searching for our pair. Love that you actually have a Yeah, of course. Absolutely. And I highly recommend you go and check out Awesome Sock Club, because it's great. And it does great things. Okay. Let's do day 1. What vibe does this sock give off? That's a great question. I think maybe this is something that the sock has been putting off for a while. Going and getting back out into the single sock pool, I suppose. I feel like this has been a long time coming, and they're finally taking that first step. So with that in mind, alright. I've decided. Today's the day. I'm gonna need to change that spacing, but it's fine. Is that the one that I want to change? Yeah, cool. Alright, I've decided today's the day. I haven't been on my own for that long, all things considered. Maybe a few weeks. I will take that compliment, thank you. But in the life of a sock... Oh no, that's way too close. That won't do it all. Heck. But in the life of a sock, heck. You never know when... You never know what day might be your last. Oh gosh, these poor socks. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. I'd like to say I'm one wrong snag and bye-bye. Exactly. I'd like to say I'm an outdoors person. When the opportunity arises. Also apologies if the camera's a lot shakier, because we're on a much less stable part of my table as well as where the camera has to sit, so it's going to be wobbling a bit while I'm typing. Apologies. I like to say I'm an outdoors person when the opportunity arises, but I'm not 100% made for it. More of a hobbyist, you could say. More of a hobbyist, you could say. Um... Still, the pool of, you think everything's going swimmingly, and next you know, snip, snip, you're a coat for a kitten. So true. So true. Actually, I think I'm gonna stay zoomed out just so that y'all can see the page alright. So it's not jumping back and forth. Unless I can fix my zoom. What are we at? I can't tell. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to stay zoomed out. If that's too small to read, let me know. But I think that's going to be better just so that it's not jumping back and forth quite so much. And then you can keep track of it better. But let me know if it's too small. Still, the pool of single socks inside the house is a little dry right now. All these new items show up. A lot of friends to be made. But they're all coupled up already. And I don't want to impose, you know. Feel like a sock might get jealous if they're seeing their other half hanging out with too often. Besides, that's not what I'm after. I want my own companion to spin the spin cycle with. Someone who, no, a sock I can fit in with, no matter how much we shrink. That's the dream. Depends how much we shrink. Holes and thread pilling be damned. Oh wait, no. Holes and worn out elastic be damned. Sock monkeys? Oh yeah, sock monkeys! Oh yeah. Or sock puppets. All that kind of thing. Holes and worn out elastic be damned. That's the real dream. Actually, what I can do... Oh yeah, this is way too small anyways. Let me... Because the other pages I have set up are like that. That'll help a bit. Go with that. That's a bit better to read. Okay, great. That's the real dream. And I don't want it to be just a dream anymore. It's time to take the first metaphorical and potentially literal step towards finding the special sock for me. Aww. Lovely. Alright. Oh, we still got heaps of space. Nice. Let me add another column. Row. There we go. Anywho. Alright. This is day one. Day one. The beginning of our sock adventure. Alright. I've decided. Today's the day. I haven't been on my own for that long, all things considered. Maybe a few weeks. But in the life of a sock, heck, you never know what day might be your last. I'd like to say I'm an outdoors person when the opportunity arises, but I'm not 100% made for it. More of a hobbyist, you could say. Still, the pool of single socks inside the house is a little dry right now. All these new items show up, and there's a lot of friends to be made, but they're all coupled up already. And I don't want to impose, you know? I feel like a sock might get jealous if they're seeing their other half hanging out with me too often. Besides, that's not what I'm after. I want my own companion to spend a spin cycle with. A sock I can fit in with, no matter how much we shrink. Holes and worn-out elastic be damned. That's the real dream. And I don't want it to be just a dream anymore. It's time to take the first metaphorical and potentially literal step towards finding that special sock for me. Aww. I love it. Wonderful. What a start. Over the course of this whole thing, we've written so many love stories. It's very funny to me. But this is great. Okay. So, that was day one. This is explaining how days work. So, the game is divided into days, and each day has two steps, the tasks and the journal. Step 1 of the tasks, roll 1d6 and draw that many cards from the deck, placing them face down without looking at them. Flip over the first card and consult the tables below, completing any tasks the card tells you to do. Continue flipping over the cards until you have flipped them all over. Discard all cards unless a card tells you otherwise. So all of the tasks are, much like the other games that we've been playing, they've all been laid out by suit of the card that you're pulling from the deck. And most of them, or a lot of them at least, tell you to pull from the tower. So there's a potential that we're going to be pulling from the tower like 6 times in one day, which is intense. And hence why I was trying to give myself a lot of options to still use. And then we've got step 2. Step 2, the journal. Record your experiences in a journal. Write about what has happened and what you feel, answering all the questions presented in the card prompts. If you like, you can use an alternative to a journal, such as making a voice or video recording, writing letters, narrating out loud, or simply imagining the scenario in your head. All journal entries should begin with day X, followed by an in-character journal entry. Wonderful. Great. We can absolutely do that. The deck of cards. The deck of cards is divided into 4 categories based on suits. Consult the tables below each time you flip a card to determine what you must do. Some cards will have you pull from the tower, move or remove tokens from a card, or have you shuffle a card back into the deck. Some will ask you questions about your feelings or the situation. Other cards will spell out your death. Dramatic. Hearts are your desire to be with your soulmate. Diamonds represent you, the real you. I don't know what it means by that just yet. Whether it means me, Ruby, or the real you that is the socks, like real self, unclear. Clubs represent the dangerous world you're in, and spades represent the work you do. And we have a whole selection here. Now, because we are playing the short version of this game, we are going to draw our first card, which we have already set up as, sorry. We are going to do that, but we're going to have to roll to see how many cards we draw for the first day, which is still rolling a dice. So, let's see if we're just drawing our first card or if we've got some other things that we're gonna have to do that same day. Fucking sweet. We got a 1. Nice. I interrupted myself for no reason. Wonderful. So day 1 is just the Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts. A sock. The sock. The sock. Your soulmate. Finally there in front of you. Oh, wow. Wonderful. Wait, you skipped straight to meeting them? Oh, that's beautiful. Do not discard this card. Put it to the side and place 10 tokens on it. At the end of each day after writing in your journal, roll a d6. On a result of 6, remove a token from the card. When you remove the last token from the card, make a final pull from the tower. If the tower stands, you are rejoined at last. If the tower falls, you have found your mate and been cruelly rejected, forever alone. Oh boy, we're gonna go through some extremes in this game. So this is why we're playing the short version, basically. We have to get through at least 10 days, because we have to remove at least 10 tokens from this card. This is what it means by, you know, this is most likely to end in loneliness and or death for your sock, which sucks. Usually, if you were playing the long version of this game, you would... the epic highs and lows of college foot coverings. If you were playing the regular version of this game, you would just shuffle the ace into the deck, and then this aspect of the game would only start once you'd found the Ace of Hearts, which to me seems like it would take a fucking long time. We don't really have that for today. Also, sounds like it could be near impossible considering you've got a Jenga tower to deal with as well. But we're gonna do the easy, fast version, which means we already get our Ace of Hearts to ourselves. And I'm going to, and that's the only event for the day, which I think is still just gonna be this first journal entry, but I'm gonna add, just like we did previously for These Teeth Are Mine, we're gonna put the token total. Oh, actually, let's do love heart token total. Love heart. Can you do that? No, I'm just gonna do it this way. Is 10. That is what we're at currently. Wonderful. Sweet, and that card does not make us pull from the tower, but we've got to keep in mind that that's the thing that we are doing in our day-to-day. Now, we continue on our journey. We move, I know that I did just shuffle these on camera, but I feel like I should shuffle them again. Just to be safe. Also, I grew up in a very card gamey family, so I kind of love shuffling cards. I'm not doing the usual card shuffle I do, which is like swapping them back and forth, because I feel like there's a high risk that I'm gonna accidentally see what cards are where, so I'm not gonna do that for these purposes, but I do love shuffling a good, clean deck of cards. Alright. So, let's roll our dice for day 2 and see how many things we've got to do. 2! Nice! Okay, cool. Yeah, shuffling cards is extremely satisfying. So we have to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Oh, this is also very sweet. Actually, I just had a moment of like deja vu almost, because this is a very similar setup to how we started KiwiRPG with rolling determining how many cards we were going to get drawn for Save Community Radio. This is kind of like a similar mechanic to that, minus the Jenga tower, so this is lovely. This is a lovely little full circle moment as well. Love that. Okay, but we got 2 cards. Let's see what our first card is. Ooh. Best wishes, perhaps not the best way to say goodbye. The 10 of Diamonds. Diamonds represents the real you, so we're going to find out what exactly the game means by that. 10 of Diamonds. Ooh. A teenager treasures mismatched socks. What pattern do you have that attracts this attention? I mean, Look at it! Look at this gorgeous sock! Who wouldn't want to wear this gorgeous sock? They've also got, like, all of the little things, like the little cup of orange juice, has eyes on it. The little coffee mug looks super wired. The toast does also have... The toast and the butter do also have eyes on them. The eyes... The eyes on these honestly kind of remind me of, like, Putt-Putt characters as well. It's that kind of, like, cartoon eye. So I'm gonna say... We'll do this similar to how we did, was it... I think Lighthouse, Logbook of the Lighthouse Keeper, or we've done a few of them, where I'm just gonna put the important info at the top, and then I will make sure that we include it in the journal entry for the day. That's adorable. I have similar socks, just black with different foods and no little food faces. Lol. That's great. I love a good sock. I've even got my gaming socks on at the moment, which I can't really show you, but they have little, like, joysticks and arcade machines and controllers on them and stuff. The lack of food eyes is definitely a negative. I wish I knew specifically which artist designed these ones, because I would shout them out, but sadly I don't. If you sign up for Awesome Socks, they do, every time you get a pair of socks, they give you, like, the artist's info as well if you just want to follow their stuff, which is great. Okay, teenager is, interested in our odd sock, due to the adorable breakfast foods depicted on them. Easy peasy. Nice, that's an easy one to include, and we don't have to do a pull from the tower for that. This one right here does not say we need to pull from the tower. Yes! However, we do still have another card to do for day 2. So, ooh, which is the 9 of Hearts. And the beautiful Imagine Others Complexly. Very good advice. 9 of Hearts. Oh boy! Forlorn, you attempt to do the thing you used to do with your love. What is it? Ooh. Ooh, okay. So what did our sock used to do with their peer? Oh. I feel like the vibe of this game is giving off, like, you've been separated from your paired sock and you're trying to find them again, like them specifically. But I'm kind of not for that vibe. You know, people can fall in love with multiple different people over the course of their life. And I feel like maybe our sock is on the path to find a different soulmate. So rather than this being something that rather than us searching for the sock that we did this previous thing with, this is just like a part of that previous relationship that we are reflecting on. Okay, so you try to do something, what is it? Attempting to do the thing you used to do with your love. What is it? What did we used to do? Ooh. Aww. Maybe we, like, I was gonna say maybe we used to hang on the washing line a lot together, but it's winter now, and so it's just kind of wet and miserable. Because it does say forlornly. We have to try and do the thing forlornly. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. Socks. Just hanging out. Just hanging out in general. Used to hang on the washing line together. But it's winter. Yeah. Also, maybe the person that owns this sock isn't wearing it as much because it's not a matching socks. Like, maybe all the other socks that they have are matching socks. And so this one's not getting worn as much, so it doesn't have to go through the washing cycle as much, so it doesn't get hung up. That's so sad. Poor sock. Okay, so we have to do the pull from the tower before we do the journal, right? Let me double check that. Yes. Flip over the consult table, completing any task that the card tells you to do. Yeah, okay, alright. This one does have a pull from the tower, so we're gonna do the pull from the tower, and then we will come back and do the journal afterwards. Let's see what's possible. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, and I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did last time. I will put this up. There we go. You can see things a little bit better. Okay. We only have to pull one. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, that's very loose. This one right here is very loose, but then that whole top half is like, would only be floating on one block, and I don't quite want to get there yet. So let's see if there's anything else we can kind of tease out. God, the thing about playing this by yourself is that there is no one else to blame for bad blocks. It's all on me. Ooh! Here we go. I'm gonna flip that upside down. Nice! Nice! Wonderful. Okay. Oh, not too arduous. We took out that one right there. That space right there. It's the latest one. Alrighty. So. Interest. Okay. Now to write our wonderful entry. Why? Okay, hold on. Let me bring up the solo. Why are kids these days always covered in gunk? Some teen visited the house and happened to fish me out of my perfectly comfortable spot, just slightly poking out from under the couch. Don't know why. Oh, I'm guessing the cute. I'm guessing the cute cartoon eyes caught their attention. But I swear, at the moment they picked me up, all this goop, all these dirt marks. Oh no, that's pretty permanent. No, I won't do that. All these dirt marks got all over me. Not ideal, but hey, it's been a minute since I had reason to get chucked in the washing machine. It's nice. It's nice having an excuse to wait, no, it's nice getting a solid 30 minutes of quality time with the other laundry. Never seem to talk to the shirts these days. Stupid. We even got hung up afterwards. Well. The big stuff went through the dryer. Lucky ducks. I dry pretty quick, so ended up hanging on the towel rail instead. Just like we used to. Not quite the same on your own. Is the net bag you put underwear in the equivalent of a singles bar? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, 100%. Yeah. Definitely, for sure. You're in there with the bra, the underwear, the reusable makeup wipes, all that stuff. That's where you mingle with all the other singles out there. Not quite the same on your own. Easier to be forgotten about. It's been a couple hours just reminiscing. Only needed 20 minutes. Are bras and other single clothing items aromantic, or are bras super codependent? Ooh, I mean, ooh, depends on the bra, I feel like. Because sometimes you get, I guess you could ask the same about pants, particularly as pants historically were single legs held up by a belt. Very true. I mean, I feel like it depends on the bra. It very much depends on the bra. Because sometimes you get those ones that are like, I feel like the kind of bras that unfasten in the front are like, not codependent, I don't think. And there's some bras that you get like inserts for that are all technically the same bra, but would be different. I would consider those different components. Wear camisole-like bras that are just one bit of fabric. That's definitely not separate entities. Yes, that's fair. Yeah, that's difficult. That's a difficult one to work through. Yeah. God, this is just like, that's so great. I was watching a video the other day where people were also talking about debating the hypothetical gender of breakfast foods, which is also weird. It's just weird the kind of things that your brain might make up. But I feel like no piece of clothing, well, I feel like if anything, maybe dresses would be aromantic. Because, like, bras and underwear you can get in matching sets. So I feel like that might be a couple option. That might be an option to be a couple. But a dress is a pretty, like, self-contained thing. It's kind of its own thing. Maybe? I don't know. Or scarves. Scarves might be a bit more like that. Welcome to the Department of Redundancy and Overthinking Department. Probably a department, but maybe not, though. Exactly. Goodness. spent a couple hours. I missed out there. Spent a couple hours just reminiscing when I only needed 20 minutes to air dry. At least the towels are nice to chat with. I should stop by the bathroom more often. Oh, so silly. So silly. I love it. I'm gonna move that down just so we can fit in a token total down here. Okay. Imagine hanging out watching and they yell at you when they're done. That would not be great. Well, I mean, debatable, because it's also, I have a real problem with that thing of like, because you know how humans can't actually feel when things are wet? It's actually very difficult for our brains to distinguish between when something is wet and when it's just cold. And I have that problem with laundry a lot. Like when I'm hanging stuff out on the line outside and like drying it outside, I have a hard time being like, does this still need to hang out here for like another hour, or can I take this inside and it'll be fine? Is it just cold? I do that sometimes. I love that thing. Yeah, exactly. Brains are so fucked up. So like, that's why I would kind of like it if my clothes could actually tell me when they're dry. I would appreciate that. Be a load off my mind. Okay, so this is our entry for day 2. Why are kids these days always covered in gunk? Some teen visited the house and happened to fish me out of my perfectly comfortable spot, just slightly poking out from under the couch. I'm guessing the cute cartoon eyes caught their attention, but I swear, the moment they picked me up, all these dirt marks got all over me. Not ideal, but hey, it had been a minute since I'd had reason to get chucked in the washing machine. It's nice having, it's nice getting a solid 30 minutes of quality time with the other laundry. I never seem to talk to the shirts these days. We even got hung up afterwards. Well, the big stuff went through the dryer, lucky ducks. I dry pretty quick, so I ended up hanging on the towel rail instead. Just like we used to. Not quite the same on your own. Easier to be forgotten about. Spent a couple hours just reminiscing when I only needed 20 minutes to air dry. At least the towels are nice to chat with. I should stop by the bathroom more often. Okay. And then we have to roll for our tokens. So we're at 10. We need to get a 6 on this d6 to be able to reduce that by 1. Oh boy. Fingers crossed. Let's see. It was very nearly a 6, but it has ended up as a 3. So we've still got 10 tokens on the board. Oh god, I feel like this game is gonna get unintentionally difficult. Oh boy. Okay. And this is all good. I've always been like, is it cold or wet? Drying cupboard. Oh yeah, use the hot water cupboard so much. Yeah, that's fair. That's another good call. Okay. We're on day 3. So now we are going to roll our dice to see how many cards we are pulling. Oh, no. That is 5 cards. Oh, God. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other thing we have to keep in mind is if we draw all 4 kings, over the course of playing the game, we also lose, which is not ideal. This is a very hard game to win, it would seem. But let's start with the first card. Ooh, the 7 of clubs. We got the lovely Carl back. 7 of clubs. Seven of clubs, right down here. Oh no, not these gross kids again. You're used to wipe the snot from a child, then stuck to a car as it drives away? Where are you now? Oh my god. Okay. Kid snot and stuck to a car. Holy shit, day 5 is gonna be eventful. Oh boy. Wonderful. I'm just gonna get these all lined up. Okay. Great. Well, we're not in the house anymore, so we're gonna have to find some... We're dreaming big. We're going on our own Toy Story sock story adventure. Alright, I have to pull from the tower before we get to the journaling. So let me pull one more block real quick. Okay. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about this? Think. Where is a good place to create stability? Maybe here. Okay, yeah, we'll take this one. We'll take this middle one. Already wobbling a bit. Okay, that's one. That's one for the 7 of clubs. Alright. Then, next. Oh, easy. Next we have the 8 of clubs. We are all bat people, not the heroes Earth needs, but the heroes Earth just happened to get. 8 of clubs. Oh my god. Oh no, we've hit the traumatic moment already. Snip, snip. You are a leg warmer. Do you think your mate will like the new look? I don't know. We've gone from a sock to a leg warmer. Oh god. Oh man. Alright. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Maybe that teen picked us up and turned us into a leg warmer. Oh boy. Alright. Then we have the 2 of spades. The evil baby orphanage. Reforming evil babies. 2 of spades. You are worn for a day. Oh my god. You are worn for a day, mismatched, then discarded. Where are you now? Oh god. Worn once and discarded. This is a horribly traumatic day. My goodness. The 3rd day is just full of trauma. Oh, buddy. Alright. Then we have the Queen of Spades. Tiny chicken strikes again. Where's the Queen of Spades? You're caught in machinery. Your elastic snaps. Pull from the tower. Oh my god. Oh. This poor sock. I'm so sorry this happens to you. I won't let it happen to you in real life. Oh god. Alright. We're gonna do another tower pull. Hopefully we don't knock everything over. Let's see. What can we do? Maybe these are... Nope. Nope. Those are pretty solid. Okay. Sure, let's do that. Alright. Okay. We got one more tower. This is the Shakespearean tragedy. It's true. This is incredibly intense. We're gonna be a changed sock after this. My goodness. Okay. And the last one. Ooh. The Queen of Hearts. Oh boy. Cameo. Kitty purrs. Guaranteed warm fuzzy feelings. I hope so. What is the Queen of Hearts? Yep. You find a pile of scraps that resemble your love. What does your panic cause you to do? Oh, God. This is so traumatic. Ugh. Jeepers. Machinery snaps leg, and then pile of rags looks like our ex. Oh my god. This is... Wow. This is truly, truly heartbreaking. Oh gosh. Okay. Alright. I have to pull from the tower. Oh god, alright. This is gonna be rough. Okay. God. Ooh. Okay, so I don't want to touch I can't really touch these two. I could try and move these bottom ones, but they're pretty solid. So I need to single out them. I need to... Oh, I could do it that way. I'm thinking... God. Oh, everything is so tight. Okay. Nope. Yeah, that one's gonna have to go eventually, but let's not get there just yet. No. Let's try... Oh, that's quite wait. 1, 2, 3. So I can go for one of these. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, actually, let's do this side. Okay. Woo! Alright, I've taken a piece out from the back. This is so mononormative. My socks are polyamorous and pair with all the other socks. Exactly. I know. It is surprisingly monogamy oriented. Which I guess I can understand for a game about matching socks, but you know, fuck that. Not in this world. Not for our sock. Our sock can match with however many things it likes. Okay. Alright. Oh boy, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Oh. Gosh, okay, so this is truly the most traumatic day for this sock. My goodness. Okay. One could argue why socks. Sure. This is fair. Why can't it find a good mitten? That's what I'm honestly thinking. I mean, the sock is also no longer a sock. The sock is a leg warmer now. It got turned into a leg warmer. So like, what's gonna happen next? Oh boy, okay. Oh, I have to get deep and emotional as a sock. This is the greatest character challenge of all time. Okay, alright. I knew it. Kids never lead to anything good. I was just taking those. I'm feeling so threadbare today. Yep. Oh. Ow. It happened. But those youngins. I don't know how to spell youngins. I'm gonna assume that it's that. Those youngins stopped by the house again today. And little kid fingers just grab a hold of everything and anything they feel like taking. Another handmade leg warmer might understand the struggle. Very true. Or perhaps a sock puppet. Who knows? Everything and anything they feel like taking. And that's not what I meant to write. Little is what I meant to write. Feel like taking. before I knew it. I could feel the thrum, the engine kicking up. And so worried so worried I was about to be taken away by those terrible tykes. How foolish I was. Sure, they left their mark. Their mark? Their mark. Their mark? Yeah. Sure, they left their mark. Sure they left their mark. Wad of grossness. Right on my heel. But when I felt them, felt myself sailing through the air towards, sailing through the air away from them, I was almost relieved. I was relieved. A little too soon. Thunk. Found myself stuck under the edge of a neighboring windshield wiper. Wiper slowly crusting onto the paintwork in the sun. Blacked out when the car started. Sorry, it's just funny to me to picture a sock blacking out for some reason. And the car started. All the wind force knocking me out. By the time I woke up, it was a changed sock. I don't know if I can't even call myself a sock anymore. A warming garment. That's what best fits the whole ordeal. Fits my whole experience. I reckon that pain from the other day must have gotten a hold of me. Well, leg warmers are just like a tube, right? Like if you're turning a sock into a leg warmer, is it just, do you just take the half of it? Or do you just take the toes off? Or is it like toes and ankle? I mean, toes and heel. Like, wait, how do you do that? How do you turn a sock into a leg warmer? Because a leg warmer is just a tube, but there are some of them that like attach under your foot, right? Something like that. Okay. Well, bright side. It's not on me anymore. Downside. I don't have the whole heel. I'm practically a faulty tube at this point. I'm a little I remember feeling warm. I remember feeling warm though. So I must have been warm. But on the outside of clothes? It's bizarre. Kids these days and their fashion choices. Needlework too. They didn't, what's the word? Cut segments at all. Get rid of that. So all my threads were out. Snapped up in the wash. Snapped they were alright. Ooh! Ooh! I have an idea. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Snap they were alright. Must have been what? My elastic. Two. Gosh, it's been a hell of a day. And yet, I don't feel entirely. I don't feel entirely. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm just bringing something up real quick. There we go. I don't feel entirely. I don't feel entirely down about it. I finally came to all my faculties about me. Who is this? Glimpse. Like a vision from a laundry oracle. Saw this shape. This massive curled up in bed now watching on phone. Good for you. I hope you've had time to get yourself some yummy food as well. Gotta protect the back before duties. Yes, very fair. Like a vision from a laundry oracle. I saw this shape. It's massive. Fabric. And Sammy got us Carl's Jr. Ooh, nice. I ate a whole thing of waffle fries. Amazing. Actually, maybe I should go and get fish and chips for dinner. That might be a good call. It was a mistake. Oh no. This massive fabric. And other bits too. I couldn't work out. All tumbled together underneath a huge industrial dryer. A fancy laundromat kind. It was beautiful. Sort of freeing. I think that even on my darkest day, even when life moves so quickly that you can't keep track of what you were one moment to the next, that sort of mystery is beautiful on its own. I don't know if that tumble is out there. Or just fantasizing after an incredibly traumatic day. But I think that's what I'm trying to find. Nice. I ate potato, now I'm a potato. Very fair. Oh my goodness, this is a this was a hefty day for the poor sock slash leg warmer now. My goodness. All right, this is day 3. All right. I knew it. Kids never lead to anything good. Don't ask me how it happened, but those young'uns stopped by the house again today, and little kid fingers just grab a hold of everything and anything they feel like taking. Before I knew it, I could feel the thrum of the engine kicking up, and I got so worried I was about to be taken away by those terrible tykes. How foolish I was. Sure, they left their mark, a wad of grossness right on my heel, but when I felt myself sailing through the air away from them, I was relieved a little too soon. With a thunk, I found myself stuck under the edge of a neighboring windshield wiper, slowly crusting onto the paintwork in the sun. I must have blacked out when the second car started, all the wind force knocking me out, because by the time I woke up, I was a changed sock. I don't know if I can even call myself a sock anymore. A warming garment. That's what best fits my whole experience. I reckon that teen from the other day must have gotten a hold of me and, well... Bright side? I don't have that snot on me anymore. Downside, I don't have the whole heel. I'm practically a faulty tube at this point. I remember feeling warm though. So I must have been worn, but on the outside of clothes? It's bizarre. Kids these days and their fashion choices. Shoddy needlework too. They didn't overlock the cut segments at all, so all my threads were out, ready to be snapped up in the wash. And snapped they were, alright. Must have been what tore my elastic too. Gosh, it's been a hell of a day. And yet, I don't feel entirely down about it. When I finally came to with all my faculties about me, there was this glimpse, like a vision from a laundry oracle. I saw this shape, this mass of fabric and other bits too that I couldn't work out, all tumbled together underneath a huge industrial dryer, the fancy laundromat kind. It was beautiful. Sort of freeing to think that even on my darkest days, even when life moves so quickly that you can't keep track of what you were one moment to the next, that sort of mystery is beautiful on its own. I don't know if that tumble is out there or if I'm just fantasizing after an incredibly traumatic day, but I think that's what I'm going to try and find. Nice! Alright, we have roughly established this sock's potential next partner. Potential next partner is a huge tumble of things that have just fallen down the edges of a dryer and a laundromat somewhere. So we have a glimpse of the romantic partner that we may or may not be searching for. We're still at 10 tokens, but this gives us somewhere to go now, which is nice. Let's see if we can roll a 6. Oh, goodness. Okay. Nope. That is a 2. Oh, boy. This is gonna be rough. Okay, so we are still at 10. We are moving on to day 4. Gosh, day 3 was ridiculous. That was so much stuff to have to do. Okay, but let's see if day 4 is any better. Okay, alright, okay. That's doable. That is 3. So we only have 3 things that we have to do today. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how this turns out. First up, we got a 5 of spades. Where have we got? Rulebook. 5 of spades, which is right here. You're worn on a ridiculously hot day, then pulled off and tucked into a couch cushion. How do you get free? Ooh, okay. Worn, warm, tucked in couch, then freed. Wonderful. Love that. That's great, because that's kind of, I feel like we've established that the sock kind of enjoys hanging out near the couch, so that's not that bad. Also, I feel like somebody wearing... I would 100% be that person that wears leg warmers on a very hot day just for fashion. Next, we have the 2 of hearts. The anglerfish drawn by Hank. The Hanklerfish. Oh wait, sorry, no, hold on. We can't go to 2 of hearts yet because the 5 of spades means that we have to pull from the tower. So, one moment please while we do that. Oh gosh, how's it looking? Let me put us back to the main state. Okay. We've got... It's not entirely dicey yet. It's just that a lot of this bottom section is very tight, which is not ideal. But gonna have to start moving our way up. Let's see if we can. Okay, you know what? Yeah. We'll do that. We've got one piece here. Done. One pull from the tower. Not too bad, not too bad. Danger time! It's really gonna get to danger time next, because I'm kind of pulling stuff in the hopes that I won't knock things over, but, like, the progression of the tower is moving upwards to the point where we're gonna have a lot of single blocks holding things up, which is gonna be intense. Alright, and then 2. Ooh! Haha! You hear a rumor of the location of your better half. What is the rumor? Yes! Rumor about the tumble. The tumble's location. Wonderful. We gotta find that laundromat. We gotta find that laundromat, please. Okay. And then, then we got the Ace of Spades, which is a quirk. It's a fundamental constituent of mana. Ace of Spades. Whoa! Oh, amazing! Okay. Ace of Spades. You are washed and hung on the clothesline to enjoy the beautiful day. Which is kind of nice, except we're trying to find somebody in a laundromat, so not ideal. What do you see? Do not discard this card. Set it aside where you can see it. If you've also drawn the Ace of Hearts, you can remove a token when you roll a 5 or 6 at the end of the day. Hell yeah! Nice! Okay, cool. Hell yeah. That's great. That's good progress. Okay, let's have a look. So, washed and hung out to dry in a good way. Okay. This is a better day. This is better than day 3. Day 4 is a lot nicer. Okay. Cool. Admittedly, as a warming garment, I don't keep the best track of time, but, feel like the sudden the sudden warm spell was as unexpected for the person wearing me as I found it to be myself. At least I didn't get discarded on the street this time. They actually popped me in a handbag and carried me home. And carried me back home, which, all things considered, is rather lovely of them. Gave me a minute to chat with the other warming garment I had been paired with, too. Turns out they've been with this person for a much longer time. For a while. And heard word. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. No. I need to add in the detail about the couch, because we get tucked in the couch. Can't forget that. Which, all things considered, is rather lovely of them. Well, it was lovely until the handbag got dumped on the couch, and we were Syrup and myself and I got under the couch cushions before I got hastily stuffed under the couch cushions before an impending inspection. Woman guy I've peered with, though. This person for a while, and heard word that when the weather is particularly rough, their owner, this person sometimes did their laundry at a laundromat down the street. Or the laundromat a few blocks away. They didn't know anything about directions of it. Not that a warming garment can do too much traversing on their own, or too much traveling on their own. What? It was enough to pique my interest. Post-inspection, there was a fresh round of laundry to be done. To be fished out of the closet hiding place and actually washed. Fished out of the closet and actually washed, which gave me some time to confirm the rumor. Did I spell rumor the American way? I did! Oh, God. I do too much work in American spelling. It's really messing with my brain. Which gives me gave me some time to confirm the rumor. The, what sort of thing? A kind... I'm gonna say jumpsuit. When we were hung out on the line, hang on. The tenant wanted to take advantage of the fair weather, and when we were hung out on the line, very kind jumpsuit managed to swing the bars around to give me a proper view. I started my Duolingo lesson forgetting I had one heart. I did not succeed. Oh no! You'll get there. That's okay. Take advantage of the fair weather. When we were hung out, very kind jumpsuit managed to swing the bars around to give me a proper view. There. Through the fences and beyond, and over rooftops. You can see it. Huge illuminated sign. I do find with Japanese, it's the English I screw up more often than most. Fair. Huge neon sign pointing the way. laundromat. Open 24/7. To think the dream is oh so close at hand. Oh so close. Now to work out how we get there. Nice. Cool. Okay. I am actually gonna add a bit more. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool, nice. Like the word o'clock, O and clock are separate. Forget the O so often. Oh, as you mean as in like they're separated by the apostrophe? That's fair. Alright. Day 4. A pretty stellar day compared to day 3. Day 3 I'm hoping will be the rock bottom that we never have to return to. But day 4. Admittedly, as a warming garment, I don't keep the best track of time, but I feel like the sudden warm spell was as unexpected for the person wearing me as I found it to be myself. At least I didn't get discarded on the street this time. They actually popped me in a handbag and carried me back home, which, all things considered, is rather lovely of them. Well, it was lovely until the handbag got dumped on the couch and I got hastily stuffed under the couch cushions before an impending inspection. Gave me a minute to chat with the other warming garment I had been paired with, though. Turns out, they've been with this person for a while and heard word that when the weather is particularly rough, this person sometimes did their laundry at a laundromat a few blocks away. They didn't know anything about directions, not that a warming garment can do too much travel on their own, but it was enough to pique my interest. Post-inspection, there was a fresh round of laundry to be fished out of the closet hiding place and actually washed, which gave me some time to confirm the rumour. The tenant wanted to take advantage of the fair weather, and when we were hung out on the line, a very kind jumpsuit managed to swing the bars around to give me a proper view. Through the fences and over rooftops, I could see it! A huge neon sign pointing the way! Laundromat, open 24/7. To think the dream is oh so close! Now to work out how we get there. Nice! Huzzah! Not too bad at all. And now, because we got the ace, we get to roll, and if we get a 5 or a 6, we can take down our token total by 1, which would be amazing. Let me get that on here as well. Token total. Okay, let's roll, baby. Oh. Nope, that's just a 1. Oh well. We're still at 10. We can get there. We can do this. We just gotta come up with a good plan and hopefully not die. Alright, on to day 5. I'm gonna see how many events we're getting before I decide which page this is gonna be on, but let's see. Oh god. We're getting 5 more events! Yay! I'm gonna do that on the following page, I think. Oh goodness. Alright. Duplicate a couple pages. Okay. This is day 5. Wonderful. And I can zoom that in a bit more. There we go. Alright, let's see what we are rolling up for day 5. God, oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's see how we go. First card, we have... Ooh, a 6 of Hearts. What do we get with the 6 of Hearts? 6 of Hearts. Here. Aww. You find evidence that your mate did something sweet just before disappearing. What was it? Ooh, interesting. Okay. Our ex/soulmate did something nice. I'm gonna leave that open because I also like the idea that maybe it turns out that part of the tumble used to live in the house that we're currently in and they left something nice behind, maybe? But we'll see. Okay, next one. The 10 of Clubs. 10 of Clubs. Where's that? Up here. Your love is not in this place. Where do you go now? Well, we kind of already know that, but... Interesting. Okay. Not here. We kind of already know where we're headed. Well, we know that they're not in the house that we're currently in, so maybe this is just us trying to get to the laundromat. Let's see. Then we have a 7 of Spades. 7 of Spades. Okay. In a pinch, you are used for hygienic purposes far from running water. What happens next? Ooh. Okay. Used for hygiene. No easy wash. We'll put that in there like that. And I believe 7 of Spades, we have to pull from the tower. Oh gosh, okay, here we go. Back to danger time. Alright. Oh no. Okay. Let's see. We need to start thinning out these middle bits. So... Oh, that's also rough. Oh god. Okay. One of these two? It's gotta be one of these two. Oh, actually? Could be that. God. Oh god. Ooh, okay, we're good. We did it. Let me put it on top first, actually. Alright, okay. We got our first single block, friends. So now we basically can't touch any of these bottom rows up to this like single block because they're all doubles that have had the middles knocked out of them. Oh goodness. Oh, I forgot to put it on. Sorry, I forgot to put it on the big view. There you go. You can see that one singular middle block. That's our first single block, and we pretty much can't touch anything underneath that. Otherwise, most likely it will all come crashing down. Okay, so that's the 7 of Spades. Then we get the 6 of Diamonds, which is right here. Ooh. You once had dreams that have been forgotten. What were they, and how can you pursue them now? Ooh. Pursuing forgotten dreams. That's sweet. I like that. Oh, maybe that's a callback to, like, we used to want to be an outdoor sock. Maybe that's what that's calling back to. And we've got to start our adventure and start trying to go off on our own. Ooh. I'm so glad we haven't gotten any kings yet, but I'm hoping that doesn't mean we're just going to get them all at once and get knocked out. And then we have the 2 of Clubs, blenderized meals, the worst experience. 2 of Clubs is... This is perfect! A wise hiking sock warns you of a nearby danger. What is it and how do you avoid it? Amazing! I love these games. I love how they happen to Like, I just love the coincidences of role-playing games and how different little things just line up randomly. It's so good. Ah, love it. Okay, amazing. Okay, our ex-soulmate did something nice. I like the idea that it's part of the tumble that used to live here and did something nice. What do we think that was? What are nice things to do for socks? I'm trying to think of like what's a nice thing to do for a sock, and also like how do you how can we set things up to make that will make it easier for our warming garment to make it to the laundromat. Oh, darning holes. Oh, that's a good point. Yep. That's a good call. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Healing the holes in their souls. Yeah. I think. Okay. No, I have an idea for that. I like this. All right. Few of the socks around the place. Caught wind of the laundromat talk. They didn't recognize tumble either, but they said it did remind them of someone. Apparently, there used to be a... I don't know if I want them to be a sock. There used to be a... So what I'm thinking, right, is that maybe whatever the tumble was, it used to basically help, rather than darning holes in socks specifically, it used to gather, like, fix socks in a kind of trash way. So, like, maybe it used to, like, tape socks back together, and because it didn't use, like, fabric and stuff, it meant that the other socks could, like, go outside. Because they've got, like, plastic on the sole on them, so they're a little bit more tougher in the outdoors. But I'm trying to think of, like, what object, or maybe it's just a roll of tape. Maybe the tumble is a roll of tape, or at least part of the tumble is a roll of tape. Ooh. I kind of like that. I don't... This is also somewhat calling myself out, because there's a couple of times I will walk through shoes all the time. Like, I will wear my shoes until they get holes in the soles. But that happens a lot because I walk basically everywhere. And I don't have a lot of expendable income to buy new shoes. And so sometimes, if there's a particular pair of shoes that I really don't want to have to throw out, I would just put tape over the hole and then color it in with a Sharpie so that it doesn't stand out. If I need to wear them to, like, a fancy event or something. And so maybe that's what the tumble used to do. Yeah, you've done that? Yeah. Okay, good. Nice. But maybe that's what the tumble used to do as well. And, like, the socks know about it because the socks were in the shoes that would have the tape on them. And so maybe they talk about that. Shoes do be pricey. Like, and most of the clothes that I have are, like, secondhand, either from, like, op shops or just from, like, family members. But I've never gone to a place that has good secondhand shoes. Like, they're usually too worn out to bother with, which kind of sucks. Because shoes do be pricey. My goodness. Okay. Remind them of someone. Used to be, roll of tape. The socks would, see now and then. I scored a pair of leather boots a few years ago for $15 secondhand. They were practically new. At the point, I need to resurface them, but they're the best shoes. Nice! That's great. Yeah, I'm a big proponent for, you know, buy quality stuff that will last you and that you can get repaired. Because that will save you so much money in the long run. It's just a shame that you've got to have a lot of money up front to be able to do that kind of stuff. Apparently I would see now and then when the tenant would need to patch their shoes up in a rush. Yeah. It would, the tape would last a while outside, so it would pick up all sorts of little bits of debris, which reminded them of the tumble a little. I tell you what it made me think of. Brilliant escape plan. I know where the tumble is. And I know can't just hang around here forever. If I want, can't just hang around here forever, waiting for the day, waiting for the tenant to get lazy enough to leave home. Have to take action. So yes, I did put myself in a bit of a risky circumstance, but it was a calculated risk. Oh gosh. Used for hygiene. I know I've made a good warming garment. I know I've been a good warming garment. But it's not out of hand to say I'm a bit worn down by this whole endeavor. So, it can't be expected that a tenant would be too precious about me. It can't be expected that the tenant would be too precious about me. They had their own... So perhaps I made myself look a little extra rag-like when they were, checking the... They must do. Do you need... Oh god, this is really showing my lack of knowledge. Do scooters have oil? Like oil changing oil? I feel like they must do, right? That must be a thing. So perhaps I made myself look a little extra rag-like when they were checking their scooter oil the other day. And when the bottle spilled, I made sure I was the first item in eyesight. Eyesight? Eyeline. In their eyeline. When they knelt down. At this point, what's a little oil stain between soulmates? At this point, what's a little oil stain between soulmates? Just as I'd hoped, they tossed me under the sink with the other hardware. No idea, but hey, they have them now. Yep, it's a thing now. The other hardware. Hardware and rags. Plenty of tape and general scrap to build myself up a strong armor for traversing the outside world and finally making it to the laundromat. Planning on hanging near the planning on making my break for it when we're next washed. And going where the wind takes me. I did. There is one potential snag, though. One of the rags under the sink was itself a long retired hiking sock. Very heavy duty. And even it had some cautionary tales about traveling through the outside world alone. Namely, to keep a wary eye out for birds. It had lost many a companion sock to the vicious, practice of nest making. And it didn't want me to want the same fate to befall me. I appreciate the words of wisdom, but I've already taken too long. Can't let fear hold me back anymore. Alrighty. Day 5! Okay. Day 5. A few of the socks around the place caught wind of the laundromat talk. They didn't recognize the tumble either, but they said it did remind them of someone. Apparently, there used to be a roll of tape the socks would see now and then when the tenant would need to patch their shoes up in a rush. The tape would last a while outside, though it would pick up all sorts of little bits of debris, which reminded them of the tumble a little. I tell you what it made me think of. A brilliant escape plan! I know where the tumble is, and I know I can't just hang around here forever, waiting for the tenant to get lazy enough to leave home. I have to take action! So, yes, I did put myself in a bit of a risky circumstance, but it was a calculated risk. I know I've been a good warming garment, but it's not out of hand to say I'm a bit worn down by this whole endeavour. So it can't be expected that the tenant would be too precious about me. So perhaps I made myself look a little extra rag-like when they were checking their scooter oil the other day, and when the bottle spilled, I made sure I was the first item in their eyeline when they knelt down. At this point, what's a little oil stain between soulmates? Just as I'd hoped, they tossed me under the sink with the other hardware and rags. Plenty of tape and general scrap to build myself up a strong armor for traversing the outside world, and finally making it to the laundromat. I'm planning on making a break for it when we're next wash, and going where the wind takes me. There is one potential snag, though. One of the rags under the sink was itself a long-retired hiking sock, very heavy-duty, and even it had some cautionary tales about travelling through the outside world alone. Namely, to keep a wary eye out for birds. It had lost many a companion sock to the vicious practice of nest making, and it didn't want the same fate to befall me. I appreciate the words of wisdom, but I've already taken too long. I can't let fear hold me back anymore. Oh, and we gotta get our token total. Okay, if we get a 5 or a 6, we get to lower our tokens. Please, 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 please. Oh, that's a 5! Yes! Finally! Finally, we have a token total that is less than 10. Token total. 9! Oh my god, this is gonna take so long. It really is just remove one token from the card. Oh boy. Alrighty. Wait. Remove a token from the card. Jeepers. Okay. Oh, we've really got to try and roll a lot lower for how many things we're dealing with in the day-to-day. But we are one token down. Let's see. Hopefully the next day is much less adventurous. Okay. Alright. That's doable. That's 3. We got 3 events. That's not terrible. That's still a lot, but it's not terrible. Okay. Day. We're at day 6. Okay, and we're gonna get 3 events. What is in store? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. Okay. we have the 3 of spades. What's the 3 of spades? Oh, right here. Today is... Oh, no! Today is just like the worst day you had with your mate. What is happening? Oh, no. Worst day. The worst possible day? Oh, no! And we gotta pull from the tower. Oh, boy. Here we go. Oh, I hope it's not the worst day because I finally knocked this over. Hold on. Alright, let's see. We're getting spicy. Okay. Oh god. Can I pull you? No. Oh, and I can't pull you either. Oh, yep. All of this is leaning slightly this way, which is not great. Let's try. Oh god. Oh, okay. You're very loose. Let's go with that. Sorry, I realize you can't see the tower, but we got a loose one. We got a loose one, buddy. Oh, I keep forgetting to put it back to the big camera, but we got a loose one. There is one more up there. Okay, so we have a terrible day, but then we get the 9 of clubs. 9 of clubs. You are used to clean up a mess. What kind of mess? Did we get that already? Somehow? No, we didn't. Okay, cool. We're used to clean up a mess. That's alright. That's fine. We can do that. We gotta do another tower pull. And I'm just gonna double check. I'm just gonna see if our next card is also a tower pull, just so I don't have to keep getting up and down quite so much. 10 of hearts. Ooh. A sock similar to your mate just is rolled up with you. They have a terrible sense of humor. What's the worst joke they tell you? Oh no. Terrible warming garment joke. Oh boy. I mean, we're not a sock anymore, so I feel like we're just going to come across our own tumble that is also making terrible jokes. Great. So we only have to pull one more block, which is good. Okay. But everything is getting much more rickety, which is worrying. Oh god, okay, alright. Pulled 1. Jeepers. Oh, you are very tight. Okay. See if pulling from the side helps at all. Nope. Great. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so you're the load-bearing bit. Oh wait, are these loose? Yeah, the middle one is very loose, but that's not super useful. I'm trying to be a strategist. Nope. Oh, I can't pull that one. That's too. Ooh. Pull you though. Sure. That'll probably be fine. Yeah. Yeah. That'll probably be fine. Okay. Oh gosh. Just the look of these two single blocks in between. Oh boy. Worrying. Okay. But that's all we needed to do that. So we have a flashback of a worst possible day. Clean up a mess. And then a terrible warming garment joke. Okay. What was the worst day? The worst day our sock had with their ex. I don't know. Maybe it was a particularly bad hike because we're trying to progress outdoors. Okay. I have never been a warming garment. Ugh. No matter what kind of garment, kind of warming garment you might be. Not in a majority of cases, you will not be a fan of sweat. And I tell you, it takes a lot of sweat to get somewhere when you're a lone warming garment. Metaphorical sweat, but still. Back in the before times, when I was still a regular paired sock. Not out on the town like these days. Like I am these days. I was out on the town like I am these days. The X and I used to get dragged along to all sorts of ill-fitting excursions. I mean, I like a good hike, but they're a bit of socks for the job. And a regular day sock gets pretty worn out after too many trips like that. Gosh. I remember the first time my ex oh, it's very funny to write about a sock as an ex. I remember the first I feel like socks, like wearing thin, is the equivalent of like people going grey or like finding they've got a bald spot or something. I remember the first time. Easier to write about an ex's. Well, potentially, yeah. Well, probably not. I remember the first time my ex noticed they were wearing thin. They stank and were crusty and didn't wash enough. Worrying. You and I have very different socks and very different exes. I remember the first time my ex noticed they were wearing thin. Freaked out like nobody's business. It's a part of life. Tried to tell them it's just a part of life. But they wouldn't listen. Insisting they needed to get patched up before the problem spread. I mean, I get it. But these days, been through so many changes of profile and purpose. It's hard to worry too much about the wear and tear of existing. Hypothetical. I do have some socks that felt like they were full of Lego all along. Oh no. Okay, so that was the flashback to the worst day. Clean up a mess. For example, I managed to make it out to the street this morning. Pretty big achievement, I must say. And in the process, I was helped along in some ways and hindered in others. A passerby used me in a pinch to pull some chewing gum off their shoe, which isn't great, but they did chuck me a little further down the street than I was before, so you know, swings and roundabouts. Unfortunately, I have found myself stuck to some less than reputable trash. Oh god, now I have to think of a joke. I have to think of a bad joke. Okay. What's a very bad joke for a piece of trash to tell to a leg warmer? I need some help. I need help, team. I need your best worst jokes. Where's the rambling court jester when you need them? Terrible jokes for trash piles to tell to each other. Or like tumbleweeds to tell to each other. Fortunately, I found myself stuck with some less than reputable trash. So a human walked into a bar. Ouch, they said, who put that there? I like it. I like it. I'm guessing they haven't been in a closet rotation in a while. Because I always think of how Inuit catch polar bears. Oh, I always think of my how Inuit catch polar bears joke, but I'm not sure if it's plausible for a sock. That's fair. I mean, I'm curious now. What's the how Inuit catch polar bears joke? I found myself stuck. He's not even because of rotation. Well, because they are very eager to talk and crack wise about almost everything they can see. Everything in the immediate area. It's quite a new tradition because they have to import garden peas for it, but it's very effective. Quite a new tradition because they have to import garden peas. But it's very effective. What they do is they make a hole in the ice and put peas all around the edge of the hole. Okay. I won't lie, moderately nervous about where this goes. And when the bear goes for a pee, they kick him in the... Oh! Yep. Okay. That's not bad. I was moderately thrown there for a second because it is very the setup of that is actually not entirely inaccurate to how some people do like ice fishing. And so I was like, wait, are you just actually describing ice fishing? But no, I see. Very good. I guess they're very tired. Everything in the immediate area. I hadn't heard the human walks into a bar and says, ouch. Who put that there? For some reason, it's the one joke my brain retains. That's fair. My favorite, well, probably maybe not my favorite, but my jokes that I will often remember are, what do you call a penguin in the desert? Lost. And what do you call an elephant in a phone box? Stuck. Yes, Samsara got it. Fair. And I think there's the same one of, it's like, what is black, white, black, white, black, white? And it's a penguin rolling down a hill or something like that. They stand on a leaf and wait for the fall. Oh, I like that one. That's like, what's green has 8 legs and would kill you if it fell on you from out of a tree? A billiard table. Who put that there? Joke. Before. Yeah, I think that joke is from... There was an album my parents had that was like one of those CD albums that was super thick because it had like 3 different CDs of funny songs. And I can't remember what song that was in, but there was a song that would be like intercut, well, like had breaks in it where the people that were singing the song would just do joke riffs for a little while. And that's where I learned that one from. That's quite good. Whole bunch of jokes where an unexpected object obliterates you. Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole genre of its own. Yeah. What's brown and sticky? A stick. Absolutely. I hadn't heard that blah, blah, blah joke before. But now I've heard about 12 different versions about, 12 different variations about all the general items that exist on a street. Not material. Not the kind of material I plan to share when I finally meet the tumble. Alright. Okay. Day 6. Here we go. Day 6. No matter what kind of warming garment you might be, in a majority of cases, you will not be a fan of sweat. And I tell you, it takes a lot of sweat to get somewhere when you are a lone warming garment. Metaphorical sweat, but still. Back in the before times, when I was still a regular paired sock, not out on the town like I am these days, the X and I used to get dragged along to all sorts of ill-fitting excursions. I mean, I like a good hike, but there are better socks for the job, and a regular day sock gets pretty worn out after too many trips like that. Gosh, I remember the first time my ex noticed they were wearing thin. They freaked out like nobody's business. I tried to tell them it's just a part of life, but they wouldn't listen, insisting they needed to get patched up before the problem spreads. I mean, I get it, but these days, I've been through so many changes of profile and purpose, it's hard to worry too much about the wear and tear of existing. For example, I managed to make it out to the street this morning. Pretty big achievement, I must say. And in the process, I was helped along in some ways and hindered in others. A passerby used me in a pinch to pull some chewing gum off their shoe, which isn't great, but they did chuck me a little further down the street than I was before. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Unfortunately, I have found myself stuck to some less than reputable trash. I'm guessing they haven't been in a closet rotation in a while, because they are very eager to talk and crack wise about almost everything in the immediate area. I hadn't heard that a human walks into a bar and says, "Ouch, who put that there?" joke before, but now I've heard about 12 different variations about all the general items that exist on a street. Not the kind of material I plan to share when I finally meet the tumble. Nice! Hell yeah! Day 6. Done. Oh wait, no, hold on. We gotta do the token total. How could I forget? Token total. A lone rag hanging out panhandling on a street corner. Token. Total. Nice. Okay, so we need a 5 or a 6. Let's see what we get. That is a 3. That is not enough. I'm not sure that we're gonna do too well on this one, folks. It may be a somewhat sad ending to this poor sock. Poor warming garment. Day 7. Alright. We've been getting a lot of 5s and 6s we're getting a lot of 5s in the events that we're rolling, not in when we need them for our tokens. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Let's roll and see how many events we're gonna have on day 7. The week is out. Oh my goodness. 4. We got 4 events today. We are getting low on cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And frankly, we're getting even lower on viable blocks that we can move on this Jenga tower. But, ooh, 5 of diamonds. What is the 5 of diamonds? Ooh. The stitching from an old repair pulls out. How did the original damage happen? Ooh, okay. Let me just get these in place. Old repair comes loose. Alright. That's 1 tower pull as well. I'm gonna compile however many tower pulls we need to get along all of these cards, so we'll just do the cards right away. We got our first king. Oh no. The King of Spades. spades. Spades? Yeah. Giraffe love. Oh no! King of spades! You slip on your wearer's foot while they are driving. When they attempt to pull you back into place, there is a car accident. Flames erupt. I'm sorry? Do not discard this card. Set it aside where you can see it. If this is the fourth king you've drawn, you go out in a literal blaze of glory. You die screaming and the game is over. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's so fucking intense. Well, okay. Good lord. That's so intense. Wearer causes a car accident? Holy crap. This is incredibly intense for what was otherwise a very fun and thoughtful, cute game. Good lord, okay. I love that they specify how you die screaming. Yeah, for a sock, you know. Alright, next card. Oh, next card, Question Tuesday. The 9 of spades. What is the 9 of spades? Floor wax and a rag bin. What happened? Pull from the tower, pull from the tower. I think that's only meant to be on there once. Floor wax and a rag bin. Okay. And a rag bin. Good lord. Okay, so that's another tower pull. Getting ready for stream, lurking now. Have fun. It's all good. Have a great stream. We'll hopefully be there soon. All the best for kicking things off, though. And the 2 of diamonds. We're here because we're here. It's been good and bad and difficult and amazing and joyful and terrifying, but we're here. We are here. 2 of diamonds. You find a mirror. What kind of sock are you? Tall? Short? Well, we're barely a sock anymore, so we'll find out. What kind of sock are we? Goodness me. Okay, alright. So we have to do 2 pulls from the Jenga tower. Let me get my shit together and put the right camera on. Okay, here we go. 2 pulls from the Jenga tower. Oh god. This is doable. This is still doable. It's just intimidating. Okay. Ooh. It's intimidating and wobbly. Oh gosh. Okay. What about these ones? Down here a bit. Nope. That one's still really good to go, but I'm nervous about it. Okay, let's take one easy one. Oh, how many cards do we have left? Okay, I'm gonna take this one. This very stable table is shaking a lot. Okay, that's one. We gotta do one more pull. So now we basically can't take any of these because it'll like automatically fall over. So we've got to take from here up. I really need to take something out of these 2 levels. But they're so tight. The middle one is fine, but it'd be better if I could take the side ones. That would be great. Oh, whoa, you are super loose. Okay, okay. Let's see. You are not. I'm trying to think ahead and strategize. Because, like, we could take that. But I'm gonna need to take something out of there as well. Okay. Screw it. It's done! How am I gonna get this back to place? Alright. Okay. Alright. We did it! Things are very tight, but they're there. We did the thing! Oh, goodness. Okay, we did the thing. Now we have to come back to this story situation. Holy heck. Okay. Let's find out. I know that technically we do have an order for this, but the car accident feels so intense. Like, I feel like that should probably come after the floor wax, like narratively I feel like it should. Because I think what makes more sense is if we got picked up for floor wax, and then our repair came loose, and then that was part of why the car accident happened. Gosh, okay. Well, ooh, let me get over here again. Well, not yet. But certainly have been traveling. Picked up by accident in a bundle of dropped rags that absolutely reeked of floor wax and tossed in and tossed in the passenger seat of a professional cleaner's car. Initially, I thought this was a blessing. Well, I thought this was a, blessing. Of course, a commercial cleaner is going to use the laundromat. I would finally be, I would finally reach my goal. And the beautiful tumble that awaited me. But I was so very wrong. The cleaner still had another client to visit that day. And when they pulled the bag of rags out of the seat, I got caught. Some more of the customizations that that crafty teen had put me through way back when had come loose. And the binding? Is that what it's called? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Binding is what you call when you, like, the stuff that you put around the edge of something, of like a piece of fabric, right? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's called binding. Binding head come loose. Binding head come loose. The hem. Not quite the hem. So the hem is like, I'm gonna sound like I'm speaking with authority, but it's potentially not. I believe a hem is like when you fold a piece of fabric back on itself to make that effect, to like have a clean edge that isn't gonna fray as much. Binding is a definitely not edging. Binding is when you have a different piece of fabric that you put over the top of a different piece, which I believe is called binding. I've used it a couple times, but I couldn't quite be sure. It is now. If it's not, it is now. And the binding head come loose. If I had a mouth, not just cute cartoon eyes everywhere, I would have shouted, "No! Don't pull!" But it was too late. I felt the click of the handbrake shift, even if the cleaner didn't. And as we were walked. Yeah, my fabric skills extend to threading a needle, clumsily ending a stitch, and sewing on buttons. Yeah, sometimes that's all you need. But even if the cleaner didn't. And as we were walked around the back of the property, an almighty crash rang out, followed moments later by a... Great, cool, yes, okay, great. Moments later by the womb of a huge fire igniting. See, it's fine. We had a car accident, but nobody was in the car. It's fine. The car caught on fire, but nobody was inside it. It's a-okay. I can only... imagine what a car looks like now, all burnt and busted. To be honest, that's not the image that lingers from today. When the cleaner heard the noise, they panicked and dropped us all us rags in shock. I happened to land next to a next to the glass recycling box. Happened to land next to the glass recycling box. And in the light of the explosion, resting over the house, or over the building. I finally spotted myself for the first time in a long time. To be perfectly honest, I look great. I wouldn't have thought so back in my old sock days. But now, as a warming garment, maybe not even that, I just feel marvelous. I'm not just one thing anymore. I'm a messy tangle of threads, and scraps, and dust, and dirt. And I love it. I feel like my outsides. I feel like I feel like anyone could tell the story of my journey just by looking at me. And I'm proud of what I've accomplished and overcome so far. Who needs to be clean? Clean's boring! And I think the tumble will agree. Nice. Alrighty, wonderful. What kind of sock are we? We're not even a sock anymore. Who cares? I refuse to give this warming garment body image issues. I simply refuse. Alrighty. Day 7. Well, I didn't make it to the laundromat yet, but I certainly have been traveling. I got picked up by accident in a bundle of drop rags that absolutely reeked of floor wax and tossed in the passenger seat of a professional cleaner's car. Initially, I thought this was a blessing. Of course a commercial cleaner is going to use the laundromat. I would finally reach my goal and the beautiful tumble that awaited me. But I was so very wrong. The cleaner still had another client to visit that day, and when they pulled the bag of rags out of the seat, I got caught. Some more of the customizations that crafty teen had put me through way back when had come loose, and the binding... Oh, and the binding had also come loose. And the binding along with it. If I had a mouth and not just cute cartoon eyes everywhere, I would have shouted, "No! Don't pull!" But it was too late. I felt the click of the handbrake shift, even if the cleaner didn't, and as we were walked around the back of the property, an almighty crash rang out, followed moments later by the whoom of a huge fire igniting. I can only imagine what the car looks like now, all burnt and busted. To be honest, that's not the image that lingers from today. When the cleaner heard the noise, they panicked and dropped all us rags in shock. I happened to land next to the glass recycling box, and in the light of the explosion cresting over the buildings, I finally spotted myself for the first time in a long time. And to be perfectly honest, I look great. I wouldn't have thought so back in my old sock days, but now as a warming garment, or maybe not even that, I just feel marvelous. I'm not just one thing anymore. I'm a messy tangle of threads and scraps and dust and dirt, and I love it. I feel like anyone could tell the story of my journey just by looking at me, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished and overcome so far. Who needs to be clean? Clean's boring! And I think the tumble will agree. Yay! Okay, and we need to roll for our tokens. Please, 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 please. A 5 or a 6. A 5 or a 6. A 5 or a 6. That's a 1. Oh no. I feel like this is gonna end badly. Oh gosh. Whoop. We're still at 9. Oi, 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 oi. Alright. On to day 8. I reckon we can get through day 8. And assuming that I don't knock the tower over. Honestly, regardless of whether I do or don't, I reckon day 8 will probably be our last day before we go and raid, probably. Depending on how many events we get, it is entirely possible that I will end up knocking the tower over, and I apologize in advance. What I was going to say was, while I've got your attention here, before we do some more stuff, before I move on to the next events of the day, don't forget that all of this stuff, all these cool solo RPGs have all been in the lead up for KiwiRPG Week that's happening right now. After day 8 in this game, we're gonna go raid Kimu Whakato o Aotearoa, which is the channel for KiwiRPG, the group as a whole, and they're doing a whole stream week of amazing New Zealand games with amazing New Zealand content creators and game designers and all that good stuff. So if you are interested in that, go and check them out, give them a follow when we end up over there. And if you want to see me doing some more cool stuff, because this has been lovely getting to share this with all of y'all so far, I will be running a game on Saturday on that channel. Saturday at 8 PM New Zealand time. We will be running a Monster of the Week game, which I love. I'm so stoked to be running it. All of the players are super duper fun. I don't know why my captions have crapped out again, but oh well. It's going to be a super fun adventure, and the players are great. We've been doing a whole bunch of warm-up games, and the team dynamics is incredible leading into this one shot, so it's going to be a super fun time. So be sure that you come along and check that out as well. There's also a whole bunch of prizes and a whole bunch of discount codes floating around as part of KiwiRPG Week. So if you're in New Zealand, or if you are interested in winning some cool stuff, go and check out all those streams throughout the week. There's so many awesome things going on. And who knows, we've been doing this quite a bit, and I have been greatly enjoying playing all these solo games and getting to tell stories with all of y'all. It's been fun to kind of branch out a little bit from what we've been doing on the channel up until then. I love playing me some games, but I also love telling some stories, and it's been great doing that with all of y'all. So maybe we'll make that more of a thing on the channel moving forward. We'll see. We'll see what people are interested in. If that's something that you would like to see more of on the channel, let me know in the chat or on other platforms. Reach out, let me know what you'd be interested in seeing, because it's been super fun. But we're not over yet. We've still got day 8 to get through. Let's roll some dice and see just how horribly chaotic day 8 will be. Ooh! That's only 2. That's only 2 events. Maybe we'll get more than day 8. Maybe we'll get a day 9 in there too. 2 is not that bad. Alright, let's see. 1, 2. I say that. I say day 8 is not that bad, having not done the things yet. Let's find out if day 8's terrible. Yep, okay. That's a king of clubs. That's not great. You're caught in the tumbler of a washing machine. Your fibers slowly ripped from your very being. Do not discard this card, set it aside. If this is the 4th card king you've drawn, you are shredded into nothing but threads and washed down the drain. You die unnoticed and the game is over. Holy shit. Okay, well, Well, we're not dead, because that's not our last king. That's just the second one we've gotten. Let's see what our other card is. Okay, alright. A 6 of clubs. That's a little bit more chill. That's a bit better. Oh, and I realized that I'm yet again on the wrong setup. Here we go. 6 of clubs is... Where are you? 6 of clubs. Ooh! You heard that your mate is part of a quilt. Whose? Interesting. Okay. Dryer mesh and quilt. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, this actually sounds like we might have made it to the laundromat. Okay, amazing. But they're part of a quilt now. Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, I've got an idea for this. So, patience is the name of the game. That's how you win. I was right. The cleaner did use the laundromat. I just had to hang out with the rags while the authorities dealt with the blaze out front. And eventually, cleaner came back to pick us all up. I tell ya. Commercial laundromat, a wash in a laundromat is a whole different experience. So much space. So much power. So much space, so much power. I might have been proud of the accumulated debris I had acquired the other day. But these turbo washes, I don't know if that's a thing, really pulled parts of me free that I didn't even realize were there. I'm about half the size now. Which is a little sad. And fortunately, still stuck at the laundromat without the tumble. I heard from the lint trap. I heard from the lint trap. They always have gossip. That the tumble, they have to be like a postage stamp now. Yes, super duper tiny. I heard from the lint trap that the tumble got picked up a few days ago. And washed even. They mentioned a patron with crazy bright clothes. With chaotic bright clothes. Fished the tumble out from between the machines. And threw them in their load Apparently, they're irregular, though. I'm not here anyhow. Maybe I'm choosing, once again, to value patience. Maybe, if I'm very lucky, patron will stop by, take me and their load too. Just need to wait a little longer. I didn't specifically mention the quilt. Regular though, and this quite a bit. They've even brought some of the pieces they brought, even brought back some of the pieces they pick up to wash as part of a huge patchwork quilt. Being a quilt sounds quite nice, to be fair. I like the word quilt. Okay. And since I'm stuck here anyhow, might as well wait a little longer. Alright. Wonderful. Token total. That was a surprisingly quick one, so we will do a day 9 actually. But just so that we can let the other stream get a little bit into their gameplay before we go ahead and raid over there. But day 8. Patience is the name of the game. That's how you win. I was right. The cleaner did use the laundromat. I just had to hang out with the rags while the authorities dealt with the blaze out front, and eventually the cleaner came back to pick us all up. I tell you, a wash in a laundromat is a whole different experience. So much space, so much power. I might have been proud of the accumulated debris I had acquired the other day, but these turbo washers really pulled parts of me free that I didn't even realize were there. I'm about half the size now, which is a little sad, and unfortunately I'm still stuck at the laundromat without the tumble. I heard from the lint trap, they've always had gossip, that the tumble got picked up a few days ago and washed even. They mentioned a patron with chaotic bright clothes fished the tumble out from between the machines and threw them in their load. Apparently they're irregular though, and do this quite a bit. They even brought back some of the pieces they pick up to wash as part of a huge patchwork quilt. Being a quilt sounds quite nice, to be fair. I like the word quilt. Since I'm stuck here anyhow, I'm choosing once again to value patience. Maybe, if I'm very lucky, the patron will stop by and take me and their load too. I just need to wait a little longer. Oh. And let's roll to see if we get to take a token off. Probably not. Nope. That's a 3. Oh boy. What a doomed series of events. Okay. Let's find out. Day 9. Let's see what is on the cards for us for a day 9. Well, I've got to roll to see how many of them we're doing. Okay. That is 4. We are doing 4 things. Probably including knocking over a tower, but we'll find out. We'll find out. We've got 2 aces and 2 kings. So hopefully we don't draw 2 more kings, otherwise we will die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Alright, first one. Okay. That's a 3 of hearts. What's the 3 of hearts do? 3 of hearts is... You stumble across a sock similar to your love. What is your first memory together? Ooh. Similar sock memory. Okay, interesting. That's one pull that we have to do. Then next we have... Ooh, the elusive Yeti. Prominent on folklore, rare in sightings. The Jack of Diamonds. What do we do for the Jack of Diamonds? Yep, okay, great. Jack of Diamonds. For lack of a mate, you are put in a donation box. What happens? Okay. I got a donation box, which is also a pull from the tower. Good. Then we got the Queen of Clubs. A wild animal severely hurts you. The birds. What happens? Pull from the tower. Yay. Oh boy. And last but not least, the 6 of Spades. 6 of Spades. You keep a homeless person's foot warm through a cold winter. How did that happen and where are you now? Well, that's sweet at least. But we still have to pull 3 things from the tower. Okay, alright. Alright, let's see how this goes. I will say for the record, I'm not amazing at Jenga, although I have once managed to pull, like, the middle block out when there was nothing else to do and it did jump and stay upright, but, I'm gonna try my best to make this work. It's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna try. So we have to do 3 pulls from the tower. Okay, alright. Honestly, if I was being less picky, we could probably do an easy 3. That's 1. Oh, that's not 1. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't be tapping things as much as I am. That's 1. That's 2. That I could make work. And there's even these ones, which are a little more precarious. Okay. Oh. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go. One. Okay. Okay. Let's do an easy one. 2. Yeah. I think I can get this one out. Oh god, it's just, it starts... it starts shifting the whole thing. Okay. No, not that. Nice one in here. You might be better. Can I take this one? Yes. You've also got stuff leaning on you. Okay. Oh, I could do that, but that's very cheap. Okay, we're gonna try for this one. Oh god. It like just gets stuck. Ooh. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm trying not to touch the rest of the tower to be, like, legitimate about it. Oh, come on, we can do it. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, baby! Oh my gosh. Okay. Nice. Alrighty. We got it. We got it. No problem. Goodness gracious me. Okay. Hell yeah. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-do. Amazing. I will be real with you slightly. I'm now kind of curious to see how high I can get the Jenga tower. Which is, you know, not the actual point of the game. But it's been going pretty strong. How many cards do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're really only just through halfway through the deck, which isn't as bad. It's better than I thought it was. Okay. What was the 6 clubs? That's right. Homeless person, warm through winter. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I think again, I'm gonna slightly mess up the order of these for narrative purposes. And I'm gonna slightly reinterpret some stuff. Not majorly, but just a little bit. Okay. Well, the old sock warned me, and I didn't listen. But it finally happened. The birds got to me. The patron didn't end up finding me at the laundromat. Instead, the owner pulled me out and chucked me in the lost and found, which is kind of funny to think about. I doubt my original person would even recognize me if they did take a look. But even the laundromat is not safe. Safe from the inquisitive destruction of birds. I mean, it doesn't help that they keep the doors open all night, but leaving the place a prime target for winged creatures to find shelter. I'm thinking of the lost and found as basically like a donation box. Homeless person, yeah. Quick as a flash, I got snatched right off the top of Lost and Found and whisked away. Who knows how far from my goal, and summarily torn to so many fibers. Is this another solo adventure? It is! We have been playing a game called Strumpor, where you play as, or Strumpor, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but you play as a sock, a lone sock. Specifically, we've been playing as this sock, trying to find your soulmate, your matching pair, or not matching pair if that's not what your soulmate is. It involves some dice rolling, some dealing of different scenarios using cards, and a Jenga tower. And if the Jenga tower falls over, you die. Could be a sock puppet, who knows? The soulmate that our sock had a vision of was a, like, tumble of odds and ends that had accumulated behind behind some dryers and a laundromat that has since been picked up and washed and taken elsewhere to be turned into a quilt. And we made it to the laundromat, but we have now been snatched up by a bunch of birds that are planning to make us into their nest. Not gonna lie, keeping baby birds warm is quite a nice way to go. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking. Quick as a flash, it got snatched right off the top and lost and found. So we've been drawing cards, and all the cards determine the different scenarios that you're going to go through, that your sock will go through. We went through a lot of changes pretty early on. We made it to the laundromat, and now this is probably going to be our final session, although I was kind of thinking of aiming for 9:30, so we might fit in another one. We'll see. These entries are pretty quick to write through. But we've just reached a point where we have been in a donation box. We're getting attacked by a wild animal and kind of injured irreparably. But we're also about to keep a homeless thing warm through the winter, which I think is probably going to be these lovely birds in this nest. So, quick as a flash, got snatched right off the top of Lost and Found and whisked away. Okay, let's sock it to him. Yeah, exactly. Who knows how? It's merely torn to so many fibers. It didn't hurt physically, but the experience was a touch traumatic. Now, sitting in this nest, watching the comings and goings of birds, I can't help but feel a kinship with the tumble again. This amalgamation of sticks and fiber and junk made into a home. I think that's what the tumble would have been like. And maybe that's what their quilt is like now. I doubt I'll ever know. Not sure there's much coming back from a blow like this. But for all the warnings that hiking sock gave me, all the warnings that hiking sock gave me, I will admit, these birds are kind of adorable up close. It's warming to See how they... my mouse. Eat. Did it press anything important? No, we're good. Okay. It's warming to see how they work as a unit, looking after each other, tending to things for the mutual good. They're tending things for the mutual good, even if tending to things means pulling apart my alterations to see how edible they may or may not be. I think I'll rest here for a while. It's funny seeing just the Jenga tower poking over the top of my head. Maybe ride out the harsher weather. I'm not quite ready to continue my adventure. Okay. You know, they set it up that we should expect that we will probably end the game, you know, succumbing to wear and tear and not have the happiest of endings, which is fair. That's fair. It's a little bit of a quiet, somber note to end on, but still. This is day 9. The old sock warned me, and I didn't listen, but it finally happened. The birds got to me. The patron didn't end up finding me at the laundromat. Instead, the owner pulled me out and chucked me in the lost and found, which is kind of funny to think about. I doubt my original person would even recognize me if they did take a look. But even the laundromat is not safe from the inquisitive destruction of birds. I mean, it doesn't help that they keep the doors open all night, leaving the place a prime target for winged creatures to find shelter. Quick as a flash, I got snatched right off the top of the lost and found and whisked away. Who knows how far from my goal, and summarily torn to so many fibers. It didn't hurt physically, but the experience was a touch traumatic. Now, sitting in this nest, watching the comings and goings of birds, I can't help but feel a kinship with the tumble again. This amalgamation of sticks and fiber and junk made into a home. I think that's what the tumble would have been like. Maybe that's what their quilt is like now. I doubt I'll ever know. I'm not sure there's much coming back from a blow like this. But for all the warnings that hiking sock gave me, I will admit, these birds are kind of adorable up close. It's warming to see how they work as a unit, looking after each other, tending to things for the mutual good. Even if tending to things means pulling apart my alterations to see how edible they may or may not be. I think I'll rest here for a while. Maybe ride out the harsher weather. I'm not quite ready to continue my adventure just yet. Aww. Poor sock. Poor sock. And we should still technically roll to see. We have only gotten one of these token rolls. We need to get from 10 down to 0, and we've gotten it once. Let's see if we happen to get it on this one. Nope, that's a straight up 1. Oh my goodness. Oh, but those adorable baby birds, though. That's so true. That's very, very true. Okay. Oh no, a one. A one doesn't do anything bad. Basically, we have 10 tokens, where, quite the yarn this. Very good. We have 10 tokens that we have to try and get rid of one of at the end of each day, and we need to roll a 5 or a 6 to make that happen. We have only rolled one. We have rolled 1 5 out of 9 days. So, you know. And this is the short version of the game. I think it's just short because, like, if we had not started with the Ace of Hearts out here, I can't imagine how hard this game is when you play it the long version way. Okay. I'm gonna debrief with y'all real quick. Debrief with chat. As to where my brain is at, because I kind of like this as a little ending or a little pausing point. I think this is a good spot to close that out. But I do also really like playing Jenga. So I am kind of tempted to finish trying to build the Jenga tower, but I think this is where I'm gonna leave our RPG story for this evening. It's nice. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's a nice little pause. And maybe this is where our warming garment just kind of fades off into the circle of things in the world and mostly becomes part of a nest to go and keep other creatures warm that aren't human. Keep some birds warm. Yeah. I mean, I highly recommend going and picking this up for yourself. It's a very interestingly written game, but it's good fun. And it's free or pay what you want on DriveThruRPG, so I highly recommend going and getting yourself a copy. I'm pretty happy with how this Jenga tower has ended up. I may try and finish it off possibly in my own time, rather than on stream, mostly because while I've got all you lovely people here, I would like us to go and spread some RPG love and go and hang out with the wonderful folks at KiwiRPG for KiwiRPG Week, which is currently on. An amazing event. And right now, tonight, they are going to be running a game called The Sprawl, which is kind of like cyberpunk, espionage, spycraft sort of situation. So, instead of, while we are leaving things on a little bit of a pause note here, I will be sending all of you off to KiwiRPG to go have a fun time with them. If you want to see me doing more RPGs of this sort, if you want to see me doing more solo RPG stuff, in this channel, feel free to let me know in chat. But also, if you want to see me do some RPGs as part of KiwiRPG Week, then come along to Kimu Fakuto o Aotearoa. It's the channel that we're about to go and raid, so when we get there, go and hit follow. But I'll be running a Monster of the Week one-shot on Saturday at 8 PM New Zealand time. Not sure where that is where you are. 100% love these solo RPGs. Oh, cool. We'll see if we can fit some more into the schedule. I think it would be fun, because there's so many out there. There's also a lot of them that are, like, way longer. Like, there are whole solo RPG, like, campaigns that you can make for yourself as well, which could be fun to give a go, because I did a lot of short ones, or shorter ones, for this, because I knew that we were kind of building up to KiwiRPG Week. But there's a whole bunch of them out there that I've also downloaded that maybe we could start a whole campaign. That could be pretty fun. But yes, mind you, that's all I know here. What do you do usually? I do a bunch of stuff. I do a lot of variety gaming stuff. So for a while, this was my main excuse to play through all of the Witcher games, so we did that. I play a lot of Hades, play a lot of other stuff. I have a very fun game that I'm also looking forward to playing called Chants of Sinar, which is like a puzzly solvey game where you have to try and work out what's going on by deciphering the language of the game, We do a whole bunch of different things, but it's whatever I'm feeling because it's just my channel. But yeah, I'm excited. I would like to do some more RPG stuff in general, so it might be good to fit that into the schedule. I played Chance, it's super good. Yeah, great. I've heard great things about it, so should be super cool. But yes, if you want to see me do more RPGs in the immediate future, come along to Kimi Fakuto o Aotearoa on Saturday night, and you'll get to see me run a Monster of the Week one-shot with a bunch of other amazing Kiwi creators and RPG folks out there. It's going to be so chaotic. It is playing in a custom setting that I've created, which is basically we are playing in New Zealand, but we are playing as members of Aotearoa's Diablerie and Esoteric Phenomena Task Force. It's like the X-Files, but for New Zealand, but also if the X-Files were under the Department of Conservation. So while they are monster hunters, they are mostly concerned with finding places around New Zealand that might be appropriate for the monsters to go and thrive in their own way. And it has led to some very interesting scenarios. There's romance, there's magic, there's cool monsters, there's social media personalities. There's a whole bunch going on, so you should absolutely come and check it out. But thank you all so much for coming and hanging out this evening. These have all been super fun. We'll definitely find a way to make this fit in some more in future. And I'm going to try, I don't do this very often, but I'm going to try really hard to make sure that I'm doing rating right. Yeah, there we go. Amazing. All right. If you are following this channel, in your channel emotes, there should be a sword as part of the emotes. When you're catching them, measuring them, and releasing them. Yeah, perfect. There is a sword emotes in the follower emotes. So get your rating swords out. Go and share some love over with the Sprawl crew over at Kimi Fakuto o Aotearoa, and go and follow when you get over there to make sure that you are up to date. There's a whole bunch of streams happening all week long with a bunch of amazing people. So thank you for spending time with me. Now go and enjoy spending time over at their place. You've got about 8 seconds before you're gone. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all next time. All the best. Bye!